Hey, what's up everyone? We're gonna do a little different video today. I'm actually just gonna go through my new boat I just got. Picked it up about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. It's a Tracker Pro 190TX. It's 2019. Yeah, I'm gonna go through it a little bit and show a few of the features and some things came on it, and maybe I'll have some fishing videos here in the future as well. Alright, here it is, 2019 Tracker Pro 190TX. I've had it out, I don't know, maybe 5-6 times, maybe a little bit more than that since I've had it, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's powered by this Mercury Pro XS 115. I think that's the fastest I've gotten is about 43 on it, and that was with 2 people in gear, Supervisor Molly. And yeah, like I said, it'll roll, but I'm loving it so far. Alright, I guess we'll start with the back of the boat first. And here we have our battery and our gas tank compartment. This boat actually came with a Minn Kota Ultrex, which is a 24-volt system. So it has 2 batteries back here for the trolling motor, and this is my cranking battery. The guy that actually had it before me upgraded their batteries, which is a nice thing to have and see, to these Blue Top Optimus. It's also got an onboard charger here where I can just plug it up with a drop cord and let it charge, which is very convenient. Has a 21.5 gallon gas tank, and so far I think it came with half a tank, and I've barely seen it move. I mean, it does great on gas, especially this 4-stroke Mercury on the back. Here we have just a compartment. It's actually got a drain in it as well. A lot of pictures and videos seen some people use these for storage for like their tackle. I guess if your co-angler wanted to use it, they could. Me personally, I used the one up front because I feel like it'd be inconvenient to keep coming back here and getting tackle, or if you got a co-angler, you'd be getting in their way. For now, I just store my dock rods and my lines in here. Here in the middle, we have a 21 gallon live well. I've yet to use it. Don't really plan on keeping no fish, but I don't know, I might end up getting some tournaments, we'll see. But it's got a divider, aerator, everything, or a recirculate pump, I guess I should say. But it's actually pretty huge. On that side, we have another one of these same compartments. It came with 2 of these pedestal seats. They're actually pretty good quality and still in great shape to be 3 years old. Me personally, I don't use one at the front. I just stand up and fish. But for the co-angler, it's nice to have. Coming to the middle, we have just our 3 across seating. And let's say the seats are actually pretty nice for a small aluminum boat. Under this, we have our storage compartment, and here's our 3-bank charger that I was talking about, that the plug-in goes to back here. You just plug it in. It'll be flashing yellow to turn green. You're good to go. It has 2 cup holders here and here as well, which is kind of convenient. Let's see. I guess I'll climb up in here now. Alright, now that we're in the boat, located here in the middle is actually a 30-quart built-in cooler, which is kind of convenient. I haven't used it yet. I mean, it's been mainly, hate to say it, like trash or whatever. Like, I'll just throw it in there until I get off, and then I'll throw it away. But yeah, I'll probably plan on using it as a cooler. I don't know, when I go, I don't really carry that much, or I might fish only 8 hours or so, and I don't need a whole thing of ice or anything of that nature. But before we get any further to the front, I guess I'll take a seat here at the cockpit. As you see, we got all the gauges, which is kind of nice to have. You got your speed, your fuel, your battery gauge, water pressure, RPMs, and then my trim as well. When I was talking about the 43 miles per hour with 2 people in the gear, had a little cooler, everything in here, pretty much fully loaded down. I had this up to about 5,000 RPMs, and I think they say the safe range is about 6, so I could probably get a little more out of it, but I didn't really push it that day. Plus the water had a little chop on it. Over here, of course, you have your ignition, bilge pump. Sorry, the lighting's kind of bright right now. Got your nav lights and anchor lights, and all that is you got your nav light, so you'll flip this up when you're running at night, and your anchors if you're just sitting still, so people will see you and not run you over on the water. Over here we have our 12-volt plug-in, so say you want to charge your phone or whatever, you have that, kind of convenient. You got your fill and aerate for your live well. You got timer continuing, so it'll run constantly or just come on and off, which is pretty much what all this is. Here's your accessory, which I think is what powers this right here. You also have the horn here, which is, I don't know, I've never used it. It's just, I guess you could use it if somebody's about to run you over. Here we have a Lowrance HDS 7. It's a touchscreen. It's got graphs, side imaging, down imaging, 2D sonar, you name it, it's pretty much got it. It came on the boat as well. Like I said, I was very fortunate when I bought this boat that it came with the upgrades that it did. I'm still figuring this out. Probably need to go through the settings, do a few things, but we'll get there eventually. But so far, I'm really loving this addition. I also have a Lowrance Hook 2.7 in the house that I'm probably going to hook up at the front and hook it to the trolling motor. Because here recently what I've been doing is taking this one, it's on a ram mount. So I'll break it loose right here and I'll turn it around so when I'm fishing I can kind of see the water depth, temperature and all that. Even though it comes off the back of the boat, it'll still at least give me some idea of what I'm going over, like I said, temperatures and all that. But eventually I will install that one at the front and then I won't have to do that. Over here we have, of course, just your controls for your forward, neutral, and reverse. You got your trim button here. You also have one located on the motor and one at the front of the boat as well. But for the most part, that's about it. Actually, the seating ain't terrible. I mean, I'm 6'1", I can almost stretch my legs out, but I've yet to have an issue feeling like I'm cramped or anything of that nature in this boat. Also, the person that had it installed a bungee here, which is nice for the co-angler because they can put their rods there, they won't go nowhere, which is pretty convenient. And our first locker here, this is a rod locker. The 2019s actually came with a different layout, which included the built-in cooler. The old style had your rod locker only in the middle and you had storage on both sides. On this one here, I liked it because it gives me the option to carry a ton of rods. Of course, there's a paddle that came with it. There's my nav lights for the back and my nav lights for the front. It can hold 8 rods. Yeah, 8 rods. Not sure if you can see that or not. But it also has this little tree here, I guess you could call it, where you could stack them in. I think it holds up to an 8-foot rod is what I remember, and a 7-foot, or 8-foot casting rod, I'm sorry, and a 7-foot spinning rod, which is pretty convenient. I think the most I've had in here so far is maybe about 10 rods, about 5 in each one. Then we move over here to the storage, and it is huge. Right now I just got life jackets, nets, stuff like that, but I will put my storage, like my big tackle box in here. That storage itself goes way up to the front, like to the base of the trolling motor essentially. You have storage on both sides, which there's my extra pedestal for my seat, there's a divider. My trolling motor actually came with a remote, which I've yet to use, but I keep it here just in case. Fire extinguisher, always need to keep suntan lotion on you. And also I've got my little retrieval tool I made, so if I get hung I can drop it down, but it is beyond enough storage. I could probably curl up and lay down in there. I mean, it's unreal how much you can fit in here. Also, I installed this magnet. I bought it at Harbor Freight and I riveted it in. So say I'm fishing, I change a bait, and I don't have to put it away immediately. I can literally just throw it up there, it'll hang, and when I get home or whatever, unload or load the boat, I can take them off then. Makes it kind of convenient. We'll just show this anyways. It's essentially the same as the other side. It's just another rod locker, holds same 8 rods. Now we'll move to the front of the boat. Here's for our pedestal. Like I said, I don't use it. I mainly fish standing up. I fish barefooted, which is very nice on this boat being carpet instead of the vinyl, because it does not burn my feet. It is amazing just being able to fish like that to me. Located on both sides. The previous owner also put bungees, which is very convenient because then I can just leave my rods here, strap them down, they will not move. And I was going 40 something across the water, they never budged. So that was beyond nice. Not having to put them away, worried about them going anywhere, just literally strap them down and take off. Came with a recessed foot trolling motor, which I like. Very convenient because then you're not sitting way up. I mean, yes, it does extend up a few inches, but it's nowhere near what like it would be if it was sitting flush on top. Another cup holder up front, which I pretty much just throw baits in and stuff like that. Very convenient. It came with this little slots here, so I keep my scissors here that I use to cut my line, cut my pliers. Got a little grip for the fish if I need it. There's also the tilt for the motor as well at the front that I was discussing earlier. But to me, this is almost like the bread and butter besides that big 115 Mercury on the back is this Mikota Ultrex. It came with this on it. Beyond happy it did, because I would have eventually upgraded this. That saved me quite a bit of investment already having it up here. It goes from, you got off all the way up to 10. And I'm telling you, even though this is a 19-foot boat, you put that thing on 10, it moves. This you're on and off for it. You got to switch it on and off. If you look here, you got what's called a north setting, anchor, which is spot lock, and then continuous. So say what I've been doing lately is I'll take and I want to fish this one bank and I just want to go straight on down it. What I'll do, I'll set this continuous, and it's been a digital motor instead of cable driven. I can literally set my direction and it'll stay there. No waves and nothing's gonna make it turn. Like with my cable driven, a wave or anything would make it turn whichever way it got hit. Well, this one, it stays true. So I can set on that continuous. Let's say I want to set it on 2 or 3 and it goes that way. It's great for anybody that want to troll, but me, I just set it low and cruise right down the edge of the bank, and I can just fish and not even touch the trolling motor. Another great feature is it's a spot lock. So say I catch a fish or I get hung and I break my line, I want to tie one on, I hit that button right there and it will tell that locator there for it. It's pretty much by GPS. It'll say, hey, you stay right here within, I think it's 1 to 3 feet, which is very convenient because I can hit that, I'm not going to move from that position, and the trolling motor literally does all the work for me. It's going to drive forwards, backwards, left, right, adjust the speed, do it all to stay in that one spot. And that has been, like I said, very convenient. It's amazing how great it is. Now, it doesn't do great in like calm waters, but then again, I feel like there's no need to use it in calm waters. It'll kind of over adjust. It's true north set. I'm not sure if it goes off GPS or not, and it makes you only go north. I haven't really played with that yet. I'll have to figure that out and see. But other than that, that's about it for the boat. Also, forgot to mention, this has a built-in transducer with it, which is nice because I don't have to worry about attaching one to it, anything of that nature. So what I'm going to end up doing is mounting my other fish finder, that Lowrance Hook 2.7 I was talking about. We'll probably get mounted somewhere in here. And then I can take and just let it run off the transducer on this motor, and I can sit right here and watch without having to constantly look over my shoulder to see water temp, depth, whatever, like I would on the other one. But I have no stability issues with this boat so far. It's handled small waves good, even from the wake boats, anything. I mean, it's just been an all-around amazing boat so far. Beyond happy with the decision of buying this boat, and honestly, anybody looking at one, I'd recommend it. 19 foot long. I believe the beam back there is 7.5 foot wide. I mean, it's amazing. I'm in love with it so far, and like I said, I might have some fishing videos coming. We'll see. But for the most part, that's just the gist of the boat and the basics of it. There's actually two other features I forgot that I wanted to mention. One is the swing away tongue, which is very nice because, hello Supervisor Mully, it takes away like 2 feet of the length. So say you're storing it inside, which me, I don't have that option now. I'm probably going to end up putting a carport over this right here so I can just drive under it and leave it. But it'll take like 2 feet away, so you can pull this pin that swings out the way, and you just lost like 2 feet of your length, which is nice. I'll probably end up putting like a lock in here, just to make it where somebody can't take it as easy, even though I already have a lock there. Just, I don't know, be on the safe side. Of course, like most boats, it comes with a safety hook, top of your normal winch strap. Another thing I wanted to mention was what they call a VersaTrack on these boats. I don't know if you can see it, but there's that little track right there that runs, and it runs pretty much down that side of the boat, and then this side as well. It stops there because of course you got your wiring for everything going back, your cables and all that, but it also runs on this side of the boat. Like I said, it's called the VersaTrack, and supposedly you could take and put rod holders to all grades of accessories, bimini tops, trays, cup holders if you want extra, even though it's already got like 10 of them. But you name it, you can add it to it. I just want to mention that feature too. And I'll probably also, what I'm talking about, is end up replacing these eventually with flip up and down ones, which these have yet to hang up on anything, catch anything. I still would just like to eliminate the chance of that happening, but we'll see. I'll keep fishing at it, and if I have an issue with it, I'll probably change those. But I think that's everything. Hopefully I'm not forgetting nothing, and hopefully you enjoyed the video.